Hey everybody, we've been keeping busy in the Keep On Wrenching shop, working on this 1966 CB160. Progress is being made, and I'm gonna do something a little different throughout this project. So I know a lot of the wrenchers don't like the shorts. They're not watching the shorts, they're commenting saying, I don't watch the shorts. I want you to watch the shorts, and the shorts are really valuable to the channel in growing. So what I'm gonna do periodically throughout the project is I'm gonna catch you up on shorts with a compilation video. And that's what we're gonna do today. So hope you enjoy the shorts. I'm doing a lot of the shorts because they help the channel and I can do stuff really, really quickly. So it helps me, it helps the channel, and hopefully the videos still help you. Enjoy this compilation. Are you into restoring old motorcycles like I am? If so, pay attention. This is important. Of course, we're always looking for good, clean tanks. If you can find something that looks like that, you're in great shape, right? Careful now. Looks can be deceiving. Grab yourself a torch. Go ahead and turn off the lights. Grab your torch, stick it in the tank. And then all you gotta do is look for the light. We got a nice old leak on this here tank. On the surface, this looks like a nice, clean, straight tank. But thanks to my little torch, I've identified a problem early on, and I can save myself time in my restoration process. Give it a try. Works like a dream. Be sure to subscribe for more motorcycle restoration tips. Question. Have you ever picked up your little toolbox like this and forgot that you didn't latch it? I did. I guess I know what I'm doing tonight. Good luck, wrenchers. It's brutal out there. Not gonna lie, little disappointed that we got leaks in the tank. But what I think we're gonna do is Brian is gonna learn how to braze. That should work for that, right? Time to start doing some research. Let me know if you got any tips. Leave a comment. This is new territory for me. All right, let's prepare ourselves for our initial disassembly on the 1966 CB160. First things first, I've got myself a piece of cardboard laid down to catch all the drippy things. Things are going to start getting kind of messy because we're getting the PB blaster out. And what we're going to do is start hitting every single connection that we can find on this bike with PB blaster. Everything. When in doubt, spray down. I actually kind of enjoy this process. It's kind of like when you really start to kind of become one with your project a little bit. You're going through every single nut and bolt because all of this is going to come apart. And if you let this stuff sit for a few days, your life's going to be a lot easier. I'm telling you. You're going to want to really take your time and get in there on these things. There's a lot of hidden little buggers there. Take your time to start hitting everything. And that's why you lay down just a little bit of cardboard. It gets a little messy. And just when you think you're done, go ahead and walk around again. Chances are you're going to find a couple more spots that you missed. While you're doing this stuff, it's always good to kind of keep your eye peeled for anything that pops up. Let's look at this. Here's my broken piece off of my damper rod assembly. I'll probably be able to fix that. I've gone round and round just a couple times now. Feel good about that. I'm just going to wait. This is a great time to start getting organized. I've already got my bag tags ready to go. I've got a whole slew of Ziploc bags. As we take parts off, we're bagging and tagging. There are a few valuable parts that I really don't want to break, one being this gauge. Definitely don't want to crack that or have anything happen to it. So that's going to be one of my priorities to get put in a safe place. I could totally see myself dropping a socket or something right on that lens. Also, from my experience, it's pretty rare to have a fully intact tail light. I'm going to get that off and put that in a safe place too. I've got an intact headlight too. Curious if that works. We'll test that out along the way. Probably the first things I'll tackle are removing all the different control cables and the wiring harness. Just get that stuff out of the way. Getting the control cables off shouldn't be too bad because they've been soaking for a while. Regardless, any part that comes off gets tagged and it's getting bagged and getting put in that box. I've already documented the routing of the wiring harness and all the control cables. It's time to get to work. See you in the next video or live stream. Just a quick little mini vent here. So I'm kind of doing some research on some parts, right? Trying to find a set of cables. And I'm like, okay, 85 bucks, that's not bad. Thailand, $40 shipping. For real? You can go right down the line. 40 bucks, 40 bucks, everything from Thailand. Ouch. Let's go ahead and try US only. This is more like it, but it looks like I'll be buying them one at a time. But what I love is that when you find them, free delivery, 10 bucks for a cable. This is gonna save me a bunch of money. Filter by location when you're searching for your parts. It's gonna make a huge difference on this rebuild. Let's go ahead and remove our first cable on the CB160. Get yourself a 10mm socket and a 10mm wrench. Interestingly, this bike has a 12mm wrench on the bottom. So basically, you're just going to take out your main pin. And this is a nut, or this is a bolt, rather, that you don't want to get mixed up with other things because it is a little bit special. It is a collared bolt, all right? Look at it. See how there's a flat collar on the top? Now, all you're going to do from this point, now that you got that bolt out, is pivot out your lever. And if you flip it underneath, you're going to see this little slot right here. Turn that thing if you can. Line it up with the cable itself, and that should slide right off. This next part can be kind of tricky because a lot of times these like to kind of get stuck. They get corroded really, really badly, but you're going to loosen up the tightener. And then, man, the PB Blaster did its job on this. This comes out really, really simply. This is great. You're just going to twist this out and pull that out just like that. So here's our cable coming into the front brake. You can see we got a few connections here to deal with. Technically, there should be a little locking pin, like a bending locking pin in this hole here. You may have to remove that, but luckily, mine's already gone. This can be a little bit tricky, but you need to slide this cable forward just a little bit and drop it down. It's actually a little slot right there. You want to get that loose. Now we can go back to this other connection. Okay, we just disconnected it up front. I'm going to hold this front nut. I don't have another 14mm with me right now, but you're going to take that 14, lock that one in place, and then start to loosen this up just a little bit. Basically, you got to get this left nut all the way out so that you can expose the cable. We're getting close. I can finally do it with my fingers. This was a pretty tough deal. But now once you get that off, you can actually reach around, pull that cable back, and you'll snake it right through the front end there, just like that. From there, you can just kind of lift this out, follow it all the way back through, pull it on out. Come on back up to the top. Carefully pull that through. You've got yourself your first cable off your restoration project. Oh yeah, and don't forget, label your parts. Keep your nuts and bolts all together. They're specialized in a lot of cases. So tag and bag whenever possible. Here's kind of a nuanced one. How do you remove the throttle cable? Now, getting the throttle cable out has a couple nuances. Let's take a look. Remember, your throttle cable's rolling down along the right side bucket in between the fork gear, all the way down underneath here, and it goes right into these carbs. It's going to be easier if you start at the carburetors. You can see that the throttle cable goes into the top of each one of the carbs. So what you want to do is you want to loosen this and start to pull this up. Be kind of gentle. You don't want to break anything or bend anything. These can be pretty crusty, but just keep pulling up until you remove the entire internal. Turn this piece until you can see this long slot. Pull your spring all the way back. What you can see here is the cable's right in there. So you just got to push the cable up and down. From there, just grab the little boot, give it a little wiggle, and that cable should pull right out. Now let's just do the same thing on the other side. Hopefully it goes smooth. Yeah, of course this one's going to be stuck. There, finally got that one. You want to be gentle with this stuff because you can bend and contort these carburetor bodies. Easier said than done. This slide is really stuck in there. I don't want to go crazy on it. Don't want to break anything. Let's introduce some heat to the equation. Patience, patience, patience. All right, let's give it a little tug. And we've got some movement. Awesome. When in doubt, apply a little heat and some PB Blaster. Now you can see here, we've got our cable completely free. Now we ain't done quite yet. You want to loosen your screws on your switch to gain access. You can see mine's a little weird anyway. It's kind of out of position. but I'll pretend that it's all together the right way. Keep track of these screws too, because they may be of different lengths. Now let's pull the clam apart, and now we'll see the inside of the throttle. Here we can take a look at the top. I'm just going to take the other clamshell off, and you can see here that there's going to be the cable connected in here. There's going to be a little slot on the side that we can just pull that right out of, and then we can pull our clam out right there. And there's your cable. Now I'm just going to quickly reassemble this thing, keep all my parts together. And there you go. You've removed your throttle cable. Hope this is helpful. Just a really quick PSA for everybody. You've probably been following along. You've seen I've been removing cables on the 1966 CB160. And you know what? We're slowly making progress. But I just want to tell you, man, don't throw your old cables away, all right? Don't throw them away. I know it's tempting. You're going to want to keep these old cables and compare them to the new ones that you purchase if you're getting new ones. I've ran into a lot of like weird lengths and things not quite lining up. And sometimes you even need to go and steal some old hardware from your previous stuff too. So don't throw them away, man. Keep them throughout the entire duration of your restoration project. It's tempting to get this stuff out of the shop, but man, you might need some of these little nuanced little pieces along the way. So there you go. You are up to speed with where we're at on the 1966 CB160 on the short side of YouTube. If this does well, I'm going to do it again, and I hope you enjoyed it. You guys have a great day. Keep on wrenching, and we'll see you in the next video or live stream.